That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable. The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place.
What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for tuning in to Case File 100, The Road So Far. As you probably guessed from the title, this is a clip show of some of our favorite moments of the podcast so far, and it was recorded live on YouTube. We now have the technology to do live streams, and we're going to do a whole bunch of them, starting for Patreon only, and then the videos will be made public shortly after. So if you've enjoyed the show so far, the first 100 case files, and you enjoy having no ads on the show, please consider supporting us on Patreon. The show is completely funded by the people who listen. And in return for supporting the show, we give you a bunch of bonus content, early access to case files, and a bunch of other stuff. So check it out, patreon.com/Alien Theorists Podcast. Anyways, that's enough bullshit. Let's get to the live show. Case File 100, The Road So Far, a clip show, a cop-out. Doesn't matter. We had a fun time doing it. We appreciate all of your support so far, and cheers to the next 100. It's going to be a hell of a ride.
And then am I supposed to start reading?
Dan!
Dan!
Dan! What don't you understand about not a word?
Meister Dan.
Guys fucked it up. All right, Dan, here we go.
In the fall of 2015, a team of well-meaning believers took their theories of all things paranormal and conspiracy to the podcast arena. On their journey, the believers have drunkenly stumbled through thoughts on secret space programs, new world orders, and extraterrestrial interference. Undeterred by unusual flat Earth theories and one-star reviews, the group unerringly pushed on. Along the way, our bravely buzzed believers have gained a wealth of support from great fans from around the world. Fans from all walks of life that lent their priceless experiences and well wishes to the believers to help them grow and allow them to lend a laugh or two to those stuck on the grueling night shift or their brutal morning commute. The future looks bright as the believers reach their 100th case file, with many more strange places to go, strange things to see, and strange brews to drink. We hope that everyone will join us and stay along for the ride as we continue keeping our eyes on the skies. This case file, the theorists hop in their time machine borrowed from The Simpsons as they take a stellar trip down memory lane for Case File 100! Woo!
Okay, this is Alien Theorists theorizing. This is the second time we recorded this, but welcome to the podcast number 1 of Alien Theorists Theorizing, ATT for short. Episode 1, Are We Alone?
Oh, shit!
It's been a long, long road with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. strong enough to carry him. He's fucking heavy. He's Mr. Conspiracy.
He fucking sucks.
Welcome to Alien Theorist Theorizing Case File 100. Road so far. Boys, it's been it's taken a long time to get to 100 and even a longer time to record 100. Holy smokes.
Shit.
You know what? We spent all night last night getting this set up. And then what we said last night is, like, I bet you we go tomorrow and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
What happened? It didn't fucking work.
Well, we're only
Should have said that.
we're only 15 minutes behind schedule, so that's not
That's
bad.
not bad.
That's not bad.
Pretty
for us.
good. For us.
I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
I'm Dan.
Andrew.
And this is number 100.
So let's first off, before we get into anything, we're gonna run a little bit of a variety show today, a little fan service. We're gonna listen back to some of our favorite moments that people have submitted, relive them a little bit, and probably cringe.
This is the episode that you'd see on like your favorite TV series where you look so forward to it, and then it's just a fucking show where they
You're like, this is a
replay
clip
clips.
show. This is a clip
They
show.
started showing you these are fucking bullshit.
You're like, we've seen these clips.
Yeah, this is garbage.
I saw them live.
Give us some new material, yeah.
I've seen this already.
It's a fucking cop out.
It is a cop out.
We couldn't find something good enough for 100, so we thought we'd just replay our best
Yeah.
moments.
Well, I feel like if we would have given a certain topic case file 100, then it's like that would have gave more importance to all the topics when all the topics are important.
Yeah,
They're
it's
all
very
like-
true.
Except none of them
except
are
for
more important
Simpsons for
than
fucking
us.
Dan.
So
Yeah, Dan
didn't like The Simpsons. That's not a good topic for him.
Now, before we get going, anyone here think that we'd let alone record this long, let alone be doing 100?
motherfucker, I didn't think we were getting past number 2.
I really, it didn't really feel like anything really till like 40, and then for me, that's when it started to like. I'm like, oh, you know what? This is pretty sweet. I like doing this.
As soon as I seen like, oh, there's 1,000 people listening to this episode. I was like, oh,
Wait, there's 1,000 people listening to this?
well, there's gonna be
Not to this.
there's
Well,
gonna-
eventually,
There's gonna be way more than 1,000 listening to this in the end, but live,
live.
we'll make it.
800.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll pump the numbers.
Anyways, if you've been listening since the start, you would have recognized that opening theme music and the opening clip from episode 1. Man, we sounded like a bunch of duds.
Yeah,
we still do.
I'm like, wow, way to bring people aboard the podcast. I sound so disappointed to be there.
yeah, really, dude. Like what? Like, episode.
Well, I think honestly, we were from what I remember is we were sitting in that sweaty box studio.
Oh,
we all were probably in our
gross.
ginch, and it was 150 degrees out, and
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys did record it.
I was probably like, I think we had already recorded one where I really gave it my all, and then like immediately after Zelly's like, that didn't work.
You know, the audio fuck up started right away.
Yeah, they're like, it didn't work. Let's do it again. And then like it wasn't working. So like that one that worked was like a couple down the road where it was like, all right, like, is this the one? Is it working? Okay, all right.
That was like the 6th take you done.
Yeah, really sets the tone for the whole show. I think really knocked that
Just
one out
that.
of the park.
Well, no,
Okay.
I mean you start with low expectations. That was the
Yeah,
plan, right?
yeah.
That was all along. Just keep the expectations low, so anytime we go a little bit above.
Yeah.
I came on a little bit later, a few episodes later, and things seemed like they were going pretty good, but we still had that problem where you'd be like fucking 45 minutes in, and then you'd look at the screen and be like, oh shit, it's
Oh,
fuck! Everybody would panic.
well, how long have we not been recording for?
Yeah, I'd have to listen back and just
Yeah.
be fucking choked.
So Zell, Zell's lined up a whole bunch of clips from fans. So why don't we listen to a couple, talk about them?
Not from fans, fan suggestions of their favorite moments.
Yeah.
And we'll start with episode 1. We're gonna go to episode 3,
Let's see
which wasn't any better.
Okay, Alien Theorist Theorizing, Case File 3, the fucking pyramids.
Pyramids.
That's so true, though.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is. From what I've read. What the Egyptologists would have you believe. 4,700 years ago, when the rest of the planet was roaming around in animal skins, the ancient Egyptians flattened a limestone pillar, paved an area of 6 football fields, piled up 2.3
the most
million
research I've
blocks
ever
of
done.
stone to the height of a 42-story building.
You read this word for word off a website.
Drove a narrow 300-foot-long passage utterly straight through the rock, fitted stone
I was
in
definitely
the inner chamber with complete
We needed
precision.
Dan at this point.
built
There
the
was no
outside
Dan.
of the pyramid with 8 sides instead of 4, and made the pyramid earthquake-proof. Line it up precisely with magnetic north.
Yeah.
Oh, you
and
got
the
precisely.
whole job
That was
done in
pretty
only
nice.
20 years using a copper chisel and a stone.
What happened
what-
to my
I was gonna
reading?
say-
How are you better at reading back then?
I don't understand.
And then to now, like what happened?
It's gone downhill.
It
for
has
you.
gone downhill.
It's gone massively downhill.
You know what
for
it is though? I think it's a mental block now that that everyone roasts me for reading aloud. That I'm like, don't mess this one up, Braden. You can read. You can read. Do it. You can do it fine. And
for
then
you
I
can't.
start
You
reading.
hear
and
that,
I'm like,
listeners?
"Ah."
You guys have psychologically traumatized Brady.
Yeah. I'm like reading off. It's just a mental block now.
You're like the Charles Barkley of the podcast world. He was a pretty good golfer until people started watching him, and then he developed that fucking weird hitch when he swung.
Yeah,
and
no, I
then now
just
he
said that.
can't golf anymore.
Have you
weird
mean,
hitch
like-
when I read.
Like basketball player Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
He was a good golfer, but now like he started getting pretty good at golf after he retired. So people would like go to the course and watch Charles Barkley, and then he got nervous, so he started like swinging and like having a hitch in his swing and keep
Guy
slicing
is like
it.
on a way bigger stage playing fucking professional basketball, smashing dudes.
But you know what? He's
dunking,
good.
And now
it's
he's
like,
playing
it's like,
golf.
It's
and he
something
can't-
that he's not confident about, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy to me. I feel like you have to be just confident in everything.
That Pyramids episode was a good episode. That was like our first good episode, I think. Like
Yeah,
the
a lot of
first
people like that
the
one.
first two. I don't even remember what we
I
did for
mean,
Case File 2.
As good as it can be without me and Dan.
Well, Case File 2 was because the podcast was supposed to be me, you, Mr. Conspiracy,
Yeah.
and then after episode 1, Mr. Conspiracy didn't come back.
Yeah.
So we're like, what are we gonna do for episode 2?
Yeah.
So we just read some news, I think we talked about the alien megastructure and shit.
I remember getting a talk because I was part of that. Like, whose name is it, anyways, or whatever? The first one we were gonna do, the one where we all got fucking drunk.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the meeting?
And then and you guys were talking about your other podcast. I was like, oh fuck, you guys got another one going? They're like, yeah, but like it's strict. Like we
Strictly
So
for
there's
us.
only two guys in the room at one time. Like, sorry, man. Like,
yeah.
just not sure if it's gonna work out. And then one day you guys asked me to come on and do a story, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Was your first one Alyssa Lamb?
No, you guys called me in because you're like, we're doing ghost stories, and they're like, you guys were asking people like, does anybody have like any of our buddies have ghost stories? And I was like, I kind of have one.
Yeah.
It was that crazy bitch in the back of the ambulance. I got possessed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good story.
scary.
So, Pyramid, what else we got? Let's hear another clip.
All right, well
I
let's
love
go.
cringing.
Let's go to.
I hope a lot of these aren't of my own voice, which I have a feeling is.
I purposely picked just your voice for every single clip.
Is it? I'm starting to get the feeling that this just might be some
Give the
sort of
people what they
intervention.
want.
An intervention.
Like, did you hear yourself?
A 2 hour.
Are you happy with that? Are you happy with the person you've become?
We only love and care about you, Brady. Everybody here wants. To
I'm locked
see
in the
you
corner. I
healthy and
can't
happy.
leave the door. All right, what do we got next?
All right,
here?
one of our most popular episodes. One of still my favorites.
We forgot to discuss what we were gonna call it. So we're gonna call it the "What the Fuck's Up with the Blade" movie.
That's great. That works.
We'll call it the
Curious Case of Alyssa Lamb.
Curious Case of Alyssa Lamb.
That was a good case.
That's a
file.
good. Some motherfuckers.
Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Dude, that one had a good one. I didn't realize that we introed that. That's how we introed.
That's how we
case
introed that
file.
episode.
What the
Yeah.
How
fuck's
could
up
you-
with that Blade movie?
Dude, that's got to be the best intro ever.
Yeah. I still to this day like that. That is one of the best inlines in any movie.
It's wild to me because like that was one of my favorite movies growing up. Blade's always been one of my favorite characters, and I've like watched that movie religiously as a kid when the DVD came out. And now, like as an adult, I was sitting at work and I'm watching the whole end fight scene, and he says that, and I'm like fell back in my chair because I'm like, how the fuck did I never realize that he said that? Because that's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
and this and like
What?
yeah, that's just such a weird out of character line.
I had to Google it because I was like, did I hear everything correctly? Like, is that?
I
what
think
happened?
there is something. I think I remember reading something or hearing something about like that's in his contract. Like there's a certain stipulation in his contract where he has to add in like a certain amount of lines.
That's so,
For
Oh,
Wesley
that makes
Snipes.
sense.
And that's one of his lines.
Well, and the best part of
Yeah, and like he like put that in there because he thought it would be fucking cool.
And it was.
It is 100%.
But it's hilarious because you have the Blade that
Nails it.
You have Blade, this very stoic character who has like very like basically nothing to fucking say for the entire movie, and then he drops that shit at the end, and you're like, holy.
Well,
fuck.
and this isn't a time either. It's like there wasn't a lot of black people playing hockey back then, even.
Yeah, I didn't even
Like
know
in the
about
NHL. Like, I'm not saying there's not a lot of black people playing hockey.
Anson Carter.
But yeah, there wasn't like a lot
Yeah.
of.
There also weren't a lot of black people hunting vampires back then, too. I mean,
Touche.
Is there a lot now?
Very true.
probably.
Probably more.
I mean, there's the Vampire Hunter Diversity League now. I mean, probably.
All right, we're going to continue on with Elisa Lam here. This is one of the early favorite characters.
Unser Jack Unterweger?
Unterweger.
Jack unser Unterweger.
Could you imagine that guy murdering you and he had that accent?
Oh my god, terrifying.
Make it way worse.
Stabbing you, screaming, "There, show me the papers. Show me the papers." Anyways,
Come to my.
That's good shit. And now, let's keep going with the clip here because it's the same episode. This is what started something that's been a polarizing name for many people.
You think there's a drain in the bottom of that tub that would have a high pressure?
Oh, that's a good idea.
So if you got
Holy
fucking
shit.
sucked down and your fucking like butt
'Cause
was
it-
right on that, and you're trying to like pull yourself off, like you're stuck.
Why?
That's not a good idea.
Get out of this. Okay, so that's a good idea.
It's not. That's not a good idea.
Down.
It's a horrible idea.
Beehole vacuum.
Suck the beehole right out of it.
Oh,
God.
fucking bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
So that started something where people started saying that our listeners are going to be called prolapsers. And at the time, we had like 20 listeners, so we didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
And then
It's stuck.
now it's stuck.
Kind of like her butt to the drain.
Yeah.
Stuck.
However, at the end of the episode, we're going to discuss something about that we have kind of talked about, but
I love the fact that you're like, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea,
Like,
guys.
no, it's not. Like,
No.
and now having some sober thoughts on it, I'm like, that's probably not what happened.
yeah, definitely not.
I'm still sold on it.
Anyways,
That's still one of my favorite ones to do. That was the first one where we'd all, I'm sure, like knew about conspiracy theories and various ones, but that was one of those ones where it was so new, like the week before when we found out about it.
that was a cool one.
And then we're all digging on it. We're like, oh, look at this. Look at
Oh,
this.
man.
So it's like we had no previous knowledge. I got
I had
some,
fucking pages.
yeah.
yeah, you had notes.
Oh yeah. I still do notes, but not as good.
Yeah.
The flipping notes, like
I did that for that blood type one because I'm like, Zelly's not here.
Yeah.
For that shit.
I love listening back to the ones that I'm not on, and you're like, Zell's not here. Like we could just fuck around so much, and it's so cool.
Fucking party. Our parents aren't home.
Yeah, the last one you're gonna enjoy the 20-minute ramblings of DuckTales again. We did on the most recent one.
I love the ones where I'm editing, and all of a sudden you're like, Zell's not here, so we're gonna talk about this. Maybe we'll take it out, maybe you won't. And I'm like, oh, you fucking. Or the ones where you put it like, okay, we're talking about this audio clip. Zell, put this audio clip in, and then you don't tell me about it, and then I'm listening through. I'm like,
What audio?
It's like, I hope
Wait,
Zell
fuck.
edits this out at the end.
It's actually hilarious if you were to hear you guys are hearing it now. This is unedited, but Zell actually does an insane amount of work editing all our dead fillers and
God.
all our.
you know what? Not as
Dumb
much
shit.
now. We've gotten better.
We've gotten better.
I
but
Yeah,
go
you
back and
rule this
listen to some
podcast
of
with Iron
ours.
Fist.
We
Yeah.
sound so good. Like Zell makes us sound
Fucking-
so good because when we record these, I feel like
Mein
we're just
Führer
fucking
over there.
everything up.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, you guys, everyone's got pretty good room now to record in, so it's a lot easier. Before it was like a tin can.
I'm still fucking recording like I'm on a game show.
yeah,
Andrew records off a single mattress on his floor of his Vancouver
Bob
apartment.
Parker over
My
here.
fucking no mic stand.
No,
Just
Mike's
waving
holding
it around.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
Let's
This
see
is
what-
another fan favorite.
February 26th,
So it begins.
1959. On a night not unlike tonight.
Oh, I like it. Considering it is February.
Story time. Yeah, it is. Is it the 26th?
It's the 27th.
Oh, yesterday we would have been fucking bang on.
Oh, we fucked up.
I should have just said it was the 27th.
Yeah. You guys don't need to know that.
It's funny that we didn't even know what the date was till we read it. We're like, oh shit, that was yesterday. And the funny thing about that was we actually recorded it the day before, but it got fucked up. Remember, we double recorded that
Oh,
episode.
What
okay.
episode was that?
That's
The
El
El
Nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucked. I remember that.
So we
being
started
shook.
it, and then it got all fucked up. I'm like, oh fuck it, we'll just try again tomorrow.
That was a weird one because I remember the first recording going through, like everything's organic. We do everything organically, like live, just like this. So we had made some really good jokes.
Yeah, you stole
Right?
a couple of my jokes.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
motherfucker.
I
He
stole
did. He
jokes
stole
the
my
next day.
jokes.
I was like, I liked Andrew's
How did I
delivery.
steal your jokes? I don't know any
No,
of your jokes.
I did.
No, he did.
Oh,
I stole Andrew.
Yeah,
Andrew said
Brayden
some
did?
funny. Yeah, Andrew said some funny jokes the day before, and I just beat him to the punchline.
Motherfucker. I remember sitting there and like, you fucking dick. I was so excited. I'm like, everybody liked that one. I'm going to use it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
And he fucking stole it.
yeah. And I'm like, I'm gonna use that. That's gonna be my joke.
Bullshit.
that's mine now.
All right, and this next clip spawned, I guess, the mascot of the show.
So, okay, this is the guy. Officer Ron Pond.
Ron Pond.
You know, I wasn't gonna say any names because it's such an old story. I wasn't gonna say anything, but Ron Pond.
Who are you gonna call?
Fucking
You
giant
didn't call-
yellow line into the
Yeah.
water.
You didn't call Ron Pond.
We
that's
better
for
get
sure.
fucking Ron Pond out here. Investigate.
Hey, Ronnie.
Excuse me, Mr. Pond, if you're not too busy. I have the worst Canadian accent. Officer Ron Pond reported for duty.
Oh, that's funny. That's the drunkest I've been on the podcast.
That
Yeah, you were fucked up.
But we had band practice before that, like because the band and podcast started around the same time. But the early band practices were just like the podcast, where we would just get obliterated drunk. And that night, it was band practice first and then podcast, so it just compounded.
I remember you being super drunk and reading that, and we were fucking howling, and you were like,
Shut up!
you were like, no, you were like, all right, guys, I get it. His name's funny. Like,
Yeah, I get it.
come on.
I'm trying to finish my story. It's
Let
an
me
awesome
read
story.
this. All right, Ron Pond. Another tangent for 5 minutes.
Yeah, here's clip 2 off that episode.
It's 11 p.m.
It's a
at night.
national hero.
You know who
Goddamn
the
national
fuck I
hero.
am. Get the fuck out here.
You know who the fuck? I'm Ron Pond.
Oh, dear. Ron Pond's at the door.
Oh, it must be serious, dear. I get my coat. Say no more.
He only needed 20. He needed
Nobody
20
say
guys.
no to
he knocked
Ron
on 20
Pond.
doors. He got,
He got
20
20
guys.
guys.
He actually got 30 guys.
30, yeah,
Because
they
10 more
called,
came.
but you know
they
what?
called Ron Pond.
They're like,
You get- no,
Ron Pond's he's come up the street. He's not even knocking a door. Just fucking leave and go get in your boat because we're going out to sea.
Yeah.
He says so. He had a jean jacket, jean shirt, and jean pants. Canadian tuxedo.
Boy, he's the Canadian Sherlock Holmes. honestly.
He fucking dove down by himself. There was no other fucking divers there.
Canadian Sherlock Holmes.
Jean jacket, jean shirt, and jean pants.
I love
unbelievable.
the cadence of his talk there.
Yeah.
Jean jacket, jean shirt, and jean pants.
Oh man, nailed the emphasis.
That was
That was hilarious.
that was one of those great organic moments
That was just a
we didn't
classic.
plan. We didn't know he was going to talk about Ron Pond. We didn't know that it was going to go that way.
Ron Pond was no one before that. Now
I'll say this: Mr. Pond is still alive,
he's up
and
north
I
somewhere.
know he's up north, and I know where he is, and I've tried to reach out to talk to him. Not even to he doesn't have to come on the podcast or anything. I just wanted to be like, hey man, like we told this story, and our listeners have turned you into a legend, and I wanted to send him a sweater of that Ron Pond sweater. Ron Pond approved with him with the Uzis and the geese and the moose and the Canadian headband. I was like, how cool would that be to send that to that guy?
It'd be sweet. Wait,
Ghost you or what?
you never got a response?
I just haven't, because I'm technically like I don't want to give too much, but there's
That's
a
fine.
reason why he hasn't got back to me, and I understand the reason
Yeah.
because I sound like a crazy person on the phone probably.
You think he'd
pretty
be
good news,
open-minded
pretty good
with
reason.
the shit he's seen?
Yeah. But no, there's a good reason why he hasn't got back to me, because it's not like I'm calling his personal line, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yep.
That's fair.
We'll give Ron Pond his props. He's like Captain America. Let him live his life.
Yeah.
Let him live his life now.
He just wants to dance with Peggy. Okay?
Yeah,
He dance.
he's laid it on the line.
Yeah.
He's dived on those grenades.
done.
He snapped us back into existence. Let him live his life.
Ron Pond single-handedly kept this podcast going.
This is Earth 617, where Ron Pond does the snap. He's out there. I am Ron Pond. Brings us all
Sacrifice
back.
himself.
Yeah.
Ron.
What other? What?
All right, this is
I'm liking this. I haven't listened to any of these things forever.
One time we thought it was a good idea to go up to the woods with my portable recorder
Fuck this.
and bring Andrew along
I don't
for,
want to
a,
bring this back into my
for a
life.
nice game of Ouija board, which then he proceeded to ruin.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ouija, 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 hear us now. Ouija, 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 hear us now.
Fucking morons.
Ouija, 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 hear us now.
Just keep going.
Ouija, 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 hear us now. Ouija, 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 hear us now. Ouija, 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 hear us now. Ouija, Ouija, Ouija.
Who the fuck is gonna listen to
hear
this?
us now.
I don't know.
Ouija, Ouija.
Why did we start slowing down?
Because we got paranormally activated.
You know what it was? We're all looking at each other in the eyes, and we're like, this sounds cool. Let's slow it down.
Spooky.
Oh.
We laugh at it now. I was shitting my fucking pants.
You were fucking hammered drunk.
hammered. That's the drunkest I've ever been on a podcast.
Yeah, that was
By far.
hilarious.
Dan, when we get you out west, maybe at the end of this summer, we'll do one again like that because you missed something. That was
something special.
It was
was
something
fun.
special only because we were in the middle of the we legit drove out to the middle of the woods. We set up this table and it was fucking creepy out there and the wind was howling. It was a little cold, so we're on blankets.
It was fucking terrifying, man. That was actually terrifying.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
scary. And then Andrew was on. He was on
Everything.
He was.
I was taking the ECA stack. I was
ECA
taking like
stack.
it was like ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin.
Yeah.
Plus a little alcohol.
So I'm like, the only way I'm gonna do this is if I have a little bit of alcohol, and I didn't even drink that much, and I was fucking obliterated.
Loaded.
You had, like,
Holy
loaded.
smokes.
I think you had 3 shots of Jack Honey,
Yeah, and I was fucked, man. Like,
and that was it. And you just gooned.
Yeah.
Iron grip on the fucking planter.
oh man, I'm surprised I
fucking
didn't
demons coming through here.
push that thing through the table, man. I was pushing it,
we're sitting there. We're like, hey, is anyone holding it? And then everyone's like, no. And I'm like physically trying to move it. And I'm like, I can't even move it myself. Someone's pinching this thing to the board.
It's not me.
Andrew's knuckles are white and his fingers are like inverted.
Oh fuck.
It's-
I would do it again and do it properly one time.
yeah.
One time.
No, when Dan comes West
I mean,
Coast.
what's the worst that
Gotta
can
do it
happen?
at Riverside.
Right?
Riverview.
Riverview.
If we do it at Riverview Hospital, I'd do it.
Sweet.
That's right where the station is.
You,
So
you got his
if I
word.
die-
Live.
We'll get some.
Unedited. I did not do a deep fake of Andrew's voice and say that.
This isn't
Yeah.
even me. It's a clone
Yeah. This whole thing could be. We don't know.
simulation.
If we say anything bad, it's the AI.
Yeah. Now with that deep fake, we can just blame it on AI. Like, it wasn't me.
You know what? Now that it's deepfake, we don't even need Mr. Conspiracy. He's probably said enough that we can just make his voice. We should do that. Oh God, that would be great. We could make his own voice, make him say all this stuff.
There's no way that you can make him sound as dumb as he does.
That's beyond the abilities of the computer.
You know he's watching this live right now, and he just crushed some paper, his paper notes.
Yeah.
He's writing it down.
3 words on 14 cue cards for this.
Don't worry, Mr. Conspiracy's the return of Mr. Conspiracy.
He's
soon.
coming.
Man, come. I don't even know why he's not here.
He's back
He
in
should
Canada.
be here.
I told him he couldn't come.
That's fair.
I told him,
Look at that. Where is he going to fit in this camera?
yeah, where's he gonna fit?
Where is he going to fit? Let's go camera 2.
He would just like stand right here with his head.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Breathe in.
Hey.
Farting in the back. Killing us.
Oh, can we hear? Someone wants to hear a live Hank Hill.
Goal! That's all I got. It's my hand kill. That's
All right.
the best.
Next clip.
There you go.
Next clip. One time there was a demon in the studio.
She didn't want to know what Christmas gifts they were getting. We were starting to like get towards that Christmas.
Hello? What the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck just happened?
What just happened?
Macau.
These guys are freaking out.
Dan?
fucking voice, man.
Dan. Did you guys hear Dan?
I heard that.
Oh. Holy fuck, dude. That just broke.
Ryan!
Holy fuck.
I was taking a piss. These guys just start screaming. I thought someone spilled on the computer or like broke something. Come running back in here. They're like, "There's a demon on that fucking computer." I was like, "What?"
There's
Fair
a
enough.
demon in the computer.
Fucked.
in the computer.
You're lucky he didn't come in here to them like monkey smashing your computer.
Just
Everybody-
in the machine.
I have to exercise the demons. Exercise the demons.
That's
fun.
that's a good creepy one. I like that. I'm glad that happened in studio.
Yeah, it was.
Was
great.
that
I
in
wasn't
this
there
one?
for
That was
that.
in the old one.
No, that was here.
Was it here?
That was when I first. That was like one of the very
Set it
first
up,
ones I
yeah.
did it in here.
Was that after our second Ouija in here? Like, did we open something
No, that was
before it?
after the first Ouija. Before
After the
second.
first Ouija,
We didn't even release the second Ouija, did we?
we
Yeah,
did.
we did a live video, but we didn't release a live video because
I just wish you would have did that live video because you guys are all like, we want the demons to come, and I'm like, "Look at the camera."
And that's why it didn't work.
We really don't.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck those demons. Nothing good's coming out of that. Nothing. What good's coming out of?
I want the fucking pick of destiny. That's what I want.
We're opening up
Yeah, but you're
full
gonna
on
get
Hellmouth,
Zazu or whatever the fuck
boys.
you
Give a fuck, man.
Zozo.
Zozo, yeah.
Zozo.
Yeah. I don't want to know Zozo.
All right, there was a time when I was really drunk on the podcast, and then Braden was even drunker.
Oh no.
Well, I want to tell everyone something. To all the people that think I'm a little too annoying when I'm drunk, guess what? I'm fucking drunk.
Oh.
And I want to.
God, you're so
Yeah.
annoying.
It's been brought up as an issue.
It is.
It has been brought up as an issue in some complaints on our reviews.
Every Friday where I live is Meat Draw Friday, and I just fucking cleaned up at the meat draw.
Friday?
So not a fucking chance I'm not getting drunk.
What do you mean you cleaned up at the meat draw?
Bet you did clean up at the meat draw.
Oh,
You gotta explain
buddy,
yourself.
I was fucking. I had more meat than I could shake fists at.
Oh man. That's. Oh, I've
God.
refrained from ever listening back to that one. So to hear that, I'm just like, oh,
Let me tell you something.
Hey, it's
One
good-
white girl
Let
wasted.
me tell you something. I sound like
Let me tell
Neil
you
Young.
something.
Let me tell you.
Not Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, man.
That's the one.
Come
Sorry.
on.
Oh. I'm just saying my head. Edit this out.
Yeah.
Dude, I sound like Bob Dylan. Eh?
It's okay. I made a mistake and mixed up Ozzy and Sabbath, and I got roasted for that.
All right, someone just requested this, so you motherfuckers are gonna get it.
Yeah. Zell's got no tooth.
I don't see this motherfucker. Wear your mouth guards, kids. It costs a lot of money. A lot of money if you
I
don't.
wish you just wouldn't, though. Just leave it out.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
I can't talk, man. I have a fucking whistle.
Yeah, good. That could be your thing. Oh, whistling Zell.
Yeah.
I pull it out sometimes when I'm playing guitar.
What a whippersnap.
Mid song, just pop it out. One hand.
Saliva just
Pull it up.
connecting it.
Oh yeah, string it out.
That's rock and roll.
I think my last show before I get my replacement tooth, I'm gonna throw it.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be worth money on eBay.
Oh,
I
that's
swear.
Dirty ass
gross.
fucking mouth guard. All right, next clip here. Next clip. This is one of the funniest stories from the Ranmatron early days.
At 3,500 feet, O'Connor saw that the UFO had followed him down. He became scared, and at one point grabbed a revolver he had with him. What? Was he gonna shoot out the window? he was gonna fly by. He was gonna give a flyby.
That's fucking hilarious.
I'll keep going.
Oh, fuck. So at one point,
Just can't. You can't get through it. It's too good.
I can picture it right now.
Oh fuck.
I still imagine me sitting there in the plane and he pulls out the gun, he spins it, and then he points and he goes, it's a bad idea. I better holster this. I'm always impressed that I said flyby. Like I'm like, that's a good line. And I didn't pre-read that.
That came natural.
This might come as a surprise to many people, but I don't do a lot of pre-reading when it comes to the Randomatron.
What?
You do pre-reading when it comes to anything?
Really?
Not really.
Not really.
So I was reading that live, and like when I'm such a bad reader apparently that when I see those things coming up and I'm like, I become conscious of the story. I'm like, I'm so like, this book is so shitty. I'm like, this is probably a good UFO tale, but as read in this book, it sounds ridiculous. So I love that book. You have the Encyclopedia of UFO. I wish I knew the author's name. I'd give him a live shout out, but it's hilarious. A lot of duds in that book.
A lot of duds,
as you've heard.
But a lot of some of the best moments too. So really good shit. This is a fan requested story about the murder house.
The first odd kind of situation.
Spidey sense.
Spidey sense. The one girl turns to the other girl and she goes, "I really want to use that thing tonight." And the other girl goes, "Ooh."
That was fuck. That's number one,
dude. That was
fucked, man.
That was a really creepy story,
dude. And
you guys almost got murdered.
100%. What was it, Zach?
Zach
died.
Yeah, he gone.
Zach's dead.
Oh, they told us we live in the really ritzy area of town.
High class.
Yeah, that was
cool. So we had a picture of this place in our head.
Lizards running around.
And were we fucking surprised? For lack of a better word, I can only describe this as the fucking projects that I've seen playing video games where you go into the ghetto. That's it.
There was a fucking, like, we were walking in, there's a water main fucking exploding. Just fucking shooting water up out.
And it just smelled like sewer water. Just sewer.
Oh, that's funny.
I will never forget getting out of that taxi cab and just being like, taking a step and being like,
we fucked up.
The first thing I looked at is I was like, the state of the lawn care at this building does not lead me to believe that this is any kind of
ritzy area.
Ritzy. I'm like, there's a lot of mud showing through this grass, and we're in Florida. I don't think this should be a thing. And when I remember they were like, yeah, we have a pool, and we walked over to the pool, and I looked, and I was like, I think there might be something dead in there. Like it was like green and algae and.
As soon as we stepped out of that cab, it's like, we've made a huge mistake.
I was like, oh, the whole time. I've never stood so straight in my life. I was just so straight.
Made a
You, Rick,
huge
too.
mistake.
Yeah. Goddamn you, Rick, too.
Suck it, Rick, too.
Dick.
He probably went back down there. Oh, man. That was...
Don't worry. Did I play number 2 yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, they told us. We live in the really
I did.
ritzy
Yeah, you
area.
did, yeah.
Number 3.
Do you have Wi-Fi that I can get on? She's like, well, she said...
They both looked at each other when he asked, like, can I use your Wi-Fi? They both looked at each other.
And they said, well, we'd bring you in, but they would get mad.
Yeah.
And then
they?
Oh, exactly.
So
then
we're both like, what the fuck?
Ricks are still fucking pretty much fucking chest bumping. We're getting in. Yeah.
He's having a great time.
And I kind of look at Andrew, and Andrew kind of looks at me, and he's kind of fucking sketched out. And I go,
what do you mean they?
They're like, the Ricks are still talking about conspiracy and shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, just like a real quick point. Like, you got to remember whenever I'm saying that I say something, I'm trying to talk over it. They're having a conversation with the Ricks at all times. And we're sitting on the outside of this conversation. So I'm kind of like, I've got my hand up in the corner. I'm like, hey, just real quick. Not really sure, but you kind of mentioned they would be mad. Who's they?
You got some roommates? Like,
who's they? You got some roommates?
What's that about?
As they kind of like hear me, they kind of like, oh yeah, just Zach. And
they giggle.
And they both like, ha ha ha.
They fucking giggle.
Zach. Ha ha ha
ha. So Zach's dead?
Zach's 100% dead.
Oh, Zach's dude, that was, I just remember the whole, like, flags on the field at all times.
Oh, yeah.
Everything they were saying, I was like, this is you read about this stuff.
No,
like,
dude.
This
Well,
is bad
did.
news.
There was a fucking missing, like, 20-year-old whatever named Zach. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh,
But, dude, honestly, I was like, everything they were saying, I was like,
He's
if
dead.
we go in this house, I don't think we're coming out.
Zach's dead, baby.
I don't think we're coming
Dead
out.
as fuck.
Dude, they were like some weird reverse vampires. They're like, you can come in, but you have to tell us aloud that you want to come in. I'm like, what the fuck kind of reverse vampire bullshit is this?
Yeah, that
I
was
was like,
weird.
I'm like, no, I don't want to. Like, no.
Well, do you remember, like, they were talking about Daddy?
Yeah.
Remember that? They
fucking-
kept talking about Daddy. Daddy. I don't know if we mentioned it on the podcast.
Daddy be mad.
There was Daddy in the story. I just didn't put in there.
Yeah,
but
they're like, we got to make sure Daddy's going to be okay with it. And I'm like, well, maybe that's not. I don't
That,
wanna
you
be
know what that
Daddy.
is? That's some fucking old ass vampire like creeping in the
Yeah.
fucking house.
That's fucking.
See, in the alternate universe, you guys are now Daddy.
Maybe we missed our. I think we missed our fucking opportunity to be like some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill and like
Yeah, you
slay
did.
vampires.
You ran it.
Yeah,
You
maybe
ran
it
it.
could've
been us.
Your
Yeah.
opportunity to
But the
join a cult. Like,
Well, here's the problem. Me and Andrew, one, we're not cool, and two, we're not brave.
It's not that we're not brave. We have very high survival instincts.
Oh,
Okay?
I like that. I like that.
We have very high survival
very high.
instincts.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
well put.
Yeah.
Well put.
Very high.
Well put.
Spider sense is like, get the fuck out of here, man.
I would say like more than most people.
Yeah.
When it comes to anything scary or anyone being aggressive or any situation
high level of
that
self-preservation.
might be scary.
No, thank you.
Very selfish when it comes to life and living it. or like the possibility of any harm or injury.
Yeah, to us, yeah, fuck that shit.
Like, nope.
Survival instincts.
What else we get?
All right, now for I think maybe the greatest story ever told from the Randomatron.
Oh, let's
Coming
hear
up.
it.
I shouldn't be that bad. Simonton. No. I'm gonna say it's hard to pronounce names.
It didn't even take 2 words. Not even 2 words.
Well, no, it's just.
That was the start of it. You're like, I've only had 4 or 5 beers. I should be okay. And then,
And there was a hatch open through which Simonton could see 3 entities inside. The entities were approximately 5 feet tall and resembled. Oh my god!
What? I want to know. Spit it out. Spit it out.
Hold on. Honestly, because I'm in such shock of what I'm just ready. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read the paragraph again because
I love that I think I'm going to be able to deliver it better than I just did.
It fucking threw me. Okay, so ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. The bumblebees.
There was a hatch open through which Simonton could see 3 entities inside. The entities were approximately 5 feet tall and resembled Italians.
Hey,
forget about it, man. What the
what's up
fuck?
there?
I fool with you, man.
That's another great one from those books where it's like,
oh, it gets better.
What a good story, and how poor, like
it gets better.
Yeah, it's a me, the
Mario.
entity.
The entity.
Ridiculous.
One of the men held up a jug, apparently requesting water. Obligingly, Simonton took the jug into the house, filled it, and returned it to the men. On returning, he discovered that the men inside the saucer were having some sort of barbecue.
Oh my god.
Well, they're not Italian. Italians don't do barbecues.
Having some sort of barbecue.
And I've got one more part of it.
Cooking food on a grill inside the ship.
The UFO is equipped with a nice 6-burner barbecue.
Go! I hope they use propane accessories.
Oh, that's enough of that. But that was just that was one of the most organic laughter we had on reading one of those.
That's fucking great.
I love that one because it ends with he brings it to the food and drug department or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And the big finish, the big reveal is that after all the research is these are pancakes.
Like bad pancakes.
Sand salt.
They were totally lacking in salt. Ridiculous.
Like that book just has such a way of delivering these stories in just such a you're like, oh god.
What was
this
the
is
one
so stupid?
when they were talking about the guys in the suits, and then we just all got off into the fucking Herbie Hancock?
Oh yeah, they were dancing or whatever.
All silver suits.
Yeah.
Ding.
That's what we should wear to Alien Con, probably.
yeah, that
we
was
should probably wear
hilarious.
Get some silver one
That was
piece.
good too.
One-piece
That
jumpers.
was fun. I wish I would have remembered that for the fucking.
Dan has to wear a fez and a smoking jacket with his new chain.
I
What do you mean Dan doesn't wear that all the time?
Yeah.
Dan, where's your fez?
Yeah, what the fuck, Dan?
What's going on?
It's in the wash. I had to wash it.
Okay.
Do you know what?
Fair.
I went to a random hat shop in Penticton, and they had a fucking fez. I almost
gotta
bought
get
it for
it for
Dan.
Well,
It was $90 though. I was like,
Oh,
"Ooh,
yeah.
They're
steep,
pricey.
steep."
just so everyone's aware, moving forward past episode 100, we will only be referring to Dan as Maester Daniel.
Maester Daniel.
Mr.
Dan
Daniel
is
of
now
the work.
Maester.
He brings a lot more cred to our podcast now as he is Maester of Education. Maester Daniel.
Of housework.
Of housework.
Mr. Daniel.
To Maester
Good
Daniel.
evening, Maester Daniel.
Mr. Daniel.
Yes.
Oh, good times.
Makes it all worth
All right,
it.
what do we got?
Makes it all worth it.
Beer me. I need a beer is what I need first.
Beer coming up.
Beer. I got a pee soon.
That was a quick product placement for Old Milwaukee, which they did not sponsor this podcast. It was just that was the beer on sale, you know.
Yeah.
I got back from tour. I'm fucking broke. That's all I
cheap.
can afford.
Broke.
Next,
Cheap as hell.
This is everyone's favorite episode ever, guaranteed.
Welcome to Alien Theorists Theorizing, Case File 42. Flat Earth 2.
Flat Earth Round 2.
I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
And today we have
Good
a
times.
very special guest with us. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Dave from Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, a podcast that ran for 3 years. That ran its course. Now my YouTube channel is DITRH, stands for Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole.
Deep Inside. Deep Inside.
Most of the stuff I address is Flat Earth related, and we'll get into that today.
Oh, God.
There's another clip I was going to put in there. It says, like, what if I told you that everything you know is fake? And I was like... And there was also a clip in there where he said, fucking rockets are nothing more than a tinfoil wrapper with a firecracker at the bottom. I was like,
Just trying to hide God, okay?
That guy is
just trying to hide God. That's all it is.
That guy's a snake oil salesman. Like, he's doing that. He's pandering to an audience that is passionate.
He's making money off it.
And he's making money. That's the only reason he's doing it. Like, he's not a dumb guy.
Was that one better than the first one we did? Because the first one we did was the worst experience of my life.
I didn't even put the first one in because the first one,
The first one was the worst
At
thing
least
I've
you know
ever
what?
been through.
At least that guy, he was like well spoken. At least
Those fucking other guys. I got hepatitis just sitting next to those fucking guys. That's fucked.
That might be a little excessive, but that guy did give me the creeps.
Both of them.
Yeah, that's why I got to sit by both of them. I was like in between them. Neck tattoo and hepatitis.
I've never sat so far away from the mic.
Oh man, that was terrifying.
Interesting point. Oh, very interesting.
Very
Oh, wow,
interesting.
you're so well spoken. Yeah, I think you've converted me. Is he going? Oh my God!
Fuck these guys.
There's also a part in that flat Earth episode where he's like, "You guys, I've listened to your podcast. You guys are primed. You know, you're at you're on the cusp of like being able to bring this flat Earth message to a new crowd of people. Like, you're in the stepping stones of becoming a flat Earther." We're like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, I don't think that panned out.
Then we need to be on fucking medication because that's not good.
Sweet prophecy.
Hey, if you want to believe in the flat Earth, go for it. It's like Mormons and
You want to
Jehovah's
believe
Witness.
it? It's cool, but you're wrong. So
Stay in your own house. Don't come knocking on my door trying to convert me because
We'll leave you outside like a Jehovah's Witness.
If you think the Earth is flat, you should go jump off the edge.
You can't find it because you can't get to the
There's a firmament
Well, you should
and
look.
an ice wall.
Yeah. We'll climb it and jump off.
You and Eddie Bravo can go fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the flat Earth, it's funny because the flat Earth movement has like 18 different sections and everyone believes it's a different type of flat Earth and no one can understand which one
Dude,
is the right one.
it's all money. It's all money.
hilarious.
Listen,
There was going to be a
in
flat Earth convention in Edmonton this year, but it got canceled. I think.
That would've been
I was gonna go with like one of those signs that says "Earth's round, bitch." Change my mind.
If we switched this podcast tomorrow and started 101, we're like, we saw the light of flat Earth and started pandering to the flat Earth audience to be like, we need more money to show everybody, to reveal the truth to everyone that God isn't real and the Earth is flat.
Because everyone who believes in a flat Earth talks like this.
Yes, and just please, if you send us more money, we can do these experiments that will not work, but we'll keep doing them until one shows that the Earth is flat.
We're live and I
And-
have to pee. I don't know what to do.
And people,
You gotta go pee.
just
You gotta go pee. You
go-
gotta go.
I don't want to miss a good clip though.
People.
Oh, you're gonna miss a good one. I'll play this one. You're gonna
Yeah,
love this
hold
one.
on.
You're gonna
Yeah.
love this
I'll
one.
listen to it
first.
Next one. This is a classic.
What did I have for space news? Hang on.
Let me just check my notes.
Is he sitting there? Is he sitting there googling stuff?
Oh, he's going through his fucking flashcards.
He's got his key cards. He's legit got a fucking a stack of 3x6 fucking flashcards just lined.
Here's my
Wait,
space news.
he is flashy. Oh,
Wait. Everyone shut up. He's got a card that says space news on it.
He's fucking
He's
dying.
got one line
one thing.
and you can't even read it.
It says auroras? No auroras.
Okay.
He's fucking hilarious. I don't care. The guy's a fucking comedic genius. He
Welcome
doesn't even
back.
try to be.
No,
I'm telling you, you took the time
Take the
to
time to
get a
write
cue
that out.
card
Rod Space News.
Can you get a
And to-
picture of that
and-
and put it on the fucking
and then
Facebook
to
group?
literally write
will.
my line on it. That's what you did.
Yeah.
The guy's
That's what
fucking
little
gold.
brothers do. They
Yeah.
steal your thunder.
No, it's because
Well,
I
you get-
wrote in it. I got a bunch of different.
Wrote it.
I wrote in it.
I remember sitting there when we did
it.
Jack the Ripper. Like, I'm not shitting you. I don't know if we talked about that, but he had a stack of cue cards for Jack the Ripper, and he had one that had one thing on it.
Unsolved.
And it said Jack the Ripper, unsolved.
It was hilarious.
it's
Why? Like, what the fuck? I think you can't write that. That's so fucking funny. And he's not even trying to be funny.
yeah.
It's fucking.
And I know his thought process too. I know his thought process is like, all right, where the boys said, get some stuff, get some material ready, got to prep. All right. So in his brain, he's been like, all right, well, I got a speech. It'll look good if I have cards and I can roll through them. But then he's like, he also doesn't want to do the research, so he's like, half-ass. So he's like, well, I get these cue cards. Is this gonna look good? I have them. I'll write this. But then he's like, man, I don't really want to do the research. So he's
like, I got the cards. I went halfway.
But it is comedy gold.
I can't wait for Mr. Conspiracy to come back on because he has Mr. Conspiracy's list of grievances.
Oh,
he's going through them.
So since he's been gone, he's actually become a fan of the show. And he's gone through and he's listened to them all, and he's like, oh, I've written down every slight. He's like, oh, you boys just wait.
Just you fucking wait. Oh, while Andrew's gone, let's make Dan a little bigger. Let's put him in the middle. Let's put him in the middle.
Oh,
What's up, Dan?
Hey, Dan.
Nice. Dan, you're a little bigger now.
Hey,
Everyone
Dan,
can see.
look over to me. Look over to me.
This way? Other way.
Other way.
Other way. Hey, now look at
Other way.
Now look at me.
Hey.
The magic of
the
like
future is now.
Yeah, wow. Andrew had a good thing, and I'll put it on the board. He wanted us to put Dan's head huge in the back, like fucking what's the guy's name?
Zordon. Like Zordon.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Stealing. You just stole my jokes again.
Well, you weren't here. You
Dan took your spot there for a bit, but we put him back.
Yeah.
I want to put him in the back like Zordon.
Yeah, Zordon. Yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah. Theorists.
Oops, I just switched.
It is I, Mr. Daniel.
Mr. Daniel. All right, what do we got next? One of the coolest guys we've ever talked to, and now that we're at 100, we got a lot of listeners. We're going to be doing definitely more of this kind of stuff with some the industry's best.
It depends on how you define alien. Let me put it that way.
Guy's awesome.
Okay, how would you define alien? Let's start there.
I define alien as both physical and non-physical entity. Anything that's not outside, everything that's outside of our paradigm.
This guy's
and yes, there have been people over the world who have seen UFOs before and after crop circles in the vicinity of them, but there's no shred of evidence to show that they actually make them.
Right. It's so smooth.
Hey, listen to that guy for days.
Yeah, man. When I was looking through all the audio, I was like, because I was trying to do like 5 minutes or 10 minutes per episode to try and skim through. That one I listened to almost the whole thing. I got lost. Lost in Freddie Silva.
Lost in his silky smooth voice.
I've listened to that one more than I've listened to any other of our podcasts.
I probably listened to that one like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, me too. He's just got that guy's awesome.
To me, he's on the same level as Graham Hancock.
Yeah, he's just not as.
Yeah, he's fucking cool.
You know he's coming to Vancouver.
Yeah, he's speaking there.
I know. I wanted to go
I'm
watch.
not sure when it was, but
it's this month. It's probably over
June
soon.
or in May.
I think it's May. Be interesting to find out. I'd like to go watch. Got his new book.
Oh, America. What's it? America Now or
America right now?
Yeah.
Anyways, his new book's about North America.
What's that?
Or just the Americas, I think.
Yeah, America.
What's the next clip? I don't want to miss any, but I also got to go to the Petrie.
That's what happens when we start having beers.
Here's the neighbor. He saw me pee and it was.
Oh, did
really
he?
weird.
He made direct eye. He made aggressive eye contact with
you.
He didn't He didn't scoff at me, but he like looked.
Ooh, which
the guy fucking behind you.
Behind me?
Yeah, you can see like holes in the fence, and I could see him. He just kind of did one of these. I'm like, there's not much to see, man. Like,
all right. Well, okay, I'm gonna go eyeball him too.
Oh, you don't. Brain, you're gonna miss one.
Okay, well, I won't miss it.
Okay, this is.
Let's talk about things.
This was. Someone referred to this episode as a real life Morty's Mind Blowers.
Oh,
that's a high praise.
In this theory that we've come up with, that our creators haven't got to the point where they've been able to figure out their creators.
We had a good time.
They're essentially giving us all the information that they've got to until their roadblock. So they've hit a roadblock.
So are the pyramids just a shit tease? Are they
Well, it might be. They might be the pyramids. The pyramids could be good information up to a point, and then there could be a mistake.
I don't even remember why we're talking about the pyramids.
Right?
For.
Yeah. So what we're taking from
no, there's no mistake. They just don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know the next step,
and so we don't know the next step either. And so they're hoping that in our timeline or our creation that we will come up with that essentially to give to them. And if we become self-aware, we will give them that information, which will then lead them to understanding.
The whole thing.
Here we go.
Oh, here it is. The whole fucking thing. For 1,000 simulations have been from the very first person, the very first civilization, or the very first entity, sentient being, has created these fucking simulations to help them discover what the origin of their universe was.
Dude, it would
and they just cannot fathom what the end is, so they keep creating simulations, and those simulations create a simulation, and those creations create a simulation.
That one reminds me most of like before we started any kind of podcast. That episode. That's like those
Just
are the
deep-
shit talks we
deep
used to
drunk
have.
thoughts, yeah.
Just deep drunk. Just like we'd be like talking about aliens and like that.
That one is a lot of people's favorite though, because we didn't do any research really. We just freewheeled it.
That was straight theorizing.
That was really fun.
I'm gonna sneak a pee.
Sneak a pee.
Is there anybody talking to us?
Okay, let's. While Braden takes a pee, let's see what. I'm gonna check the stream here. If there's any questions? And if you listen to this on a podcast, this is our very first public live stream. So I don't know. There's a whole. How far can I go back here? What do we got? No one's just making. No one's really asking questions. Just making comments. So Dan, let's ask Dan some questions. Dan, what's your favorite moment of the podcast so far?
Favorite moment of the podcast was probably Mitra drunk Baden's pretty good. Like that's pretty solid.
You can't go. It's a classic Braden. It's so
that
funny.
is just so.
Listen,
good.
motherfucker.
Let me tell you something.
For all those people who don't like when I'm drunk, I'm fucking drunk.
Bad.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Those are pretty good. I don't know.
A lot
of it's
a lot of people.
real good.
A lot of people made a request for Dan's first appearance, which was on episode 7, Operation High Jump, which is actually a pretty. That was a fun episode. That one's fucking crazy.
I still love Operation High Jump because that shit is the best conspiracy theory. Like that has all the fun stuff in it. You got like the UFOs, you got Nazis, secret Antarctic bases.
Yeah.
Still good. Still super fun to look into.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's a good one. Trying to think of other ones that were pretty good. I don't know.
I was trying to. It's so hard to think of all the episodes because I was going through, and I was like, "Man, we have 140 hours of published material.
So much stuff. So
much. How do you get through all this? I have no idea." Andrew, you've been on probably how many case files you been on? Probably you think 30?
Yeah. I don't know.
30?
I have no idea.
Probably 30 or 40. I bet. What's your favorite one?
That's tough. I don't know. It was really cool talking to Greg Carlwood.
Yeah, that guy's
a fucking genius.
Guy's sweet.
Yeah, that was rad.
His podcast is actually growing like fucking huge.
My favorite time is like I can tell you definitively my favorite podcast. I'm sure it's nobody else's, but that I think it was like around Christmas time when we all got in. It was me, you, Scotty.
Oh, that
Braden,
the
and we
drunk
got
2 hours.
Fucking wasted. That was. I don't think I've ever had that much fun on a podcast in my life. We were fucking obliterated and just letting Scotty tell us stories about Men in Black and stuff, and it was just the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
It was fucking amazing.
This is my impression of your neighbor standing. Watch me unzip.
You
my
wash your
pants.
piss too?
This is what he did.
Yeah, not impressive.
So I ran inside because I got too self-conscious.
No, I mean seriously. So
I've never even seen the male back neighbor. I've only seen the girl.
Seen my fucking ween.
He gave me the disapproving.
Like the back fence neighbor?
Yeah.
Back fence
He
neighbor.
just did that. He did the like a head nod, and he just stood there, and I was like, so then I went inside.
Really? Oh, I let him look, and I just pissed.
I couldn't do it.
Made eye contact with him and just let it go.
That's hilarious. I've never even
Aggressive
seen
contact.
it. I've lived here for almost 3 years.
He already feels good about himself because he saw you. I didn't want to make him feel
Oh, yeah,
better.
it's fine. I didn't break stream.
Oh, that's good shit. All right, let's go. One of the famous UFO case files we did.
You're saying that 3 military guys were seeing the sky through the forest, and they're like, "What are those lights? Those twinkling lights?" And someone's like, "Oh, those are stars." And they're like, "Oh God, gotta be
What?
aliens." There's no way. That's the worst explanation. Oh, they were just seeing stars through the trees. No big deal. Yeah, right.
Or you got this guy Kevin Condi.
Oh, I love that
he
one.
claims it wasn't a UFO. It was just my '79 Plymouth. He drove it out to the woods. He's a police officer and was pranking the guys. Like, I got him good. Rendlesham Forest.
Bouncing a fucking Plymouth off road, and everyone's like, "That's got to be a UFO."
Yeah, it really fooled everyone.
That's
the debunking was the car in the forest, the twinkling lights through the trees, or the lighthouse in the distance. All stuff that seems ridiculous.
Yeah, if it was a lighthouse, you would see it. You'd be like, "There it is. Now it's gone."
Fucking
there it is.
There it is.
It's back
Did you
again.
get
Now
any,
it's gone.
Did you get any Steve Romanchuk?
No, I didn't put him in there.
Fucking love that one. When he made the little video with the kid running around naked. That was pretty
Oh yeah,
That was
the kid
fucking
was
funny.
running around naked, so I got my camera.
Yeah, of course, like anybody else would.
I remember when we all we watch it, we're like, did he just say he got his camera out?
Why the fuck would you get your camera?
Oh, this just took a turn.
Finally, we have a question to answer.
All right, quick.
That is a fucking. This is serious. We got a serious.
We
question.
got a serious question.
We do.
You want to talk about this question right here?
Who's y'all's favorite wrestler?
Oh,
that's
like
a good question.
Like right now,
Who
or
we
all
start?
time?
No, of all time. Well, you could go right now.
Is
and
it
of all time.
WWE? Is it only WWE?
No, it's just whoever you
anyone.
want.
Favorite
It's
wrestler.
Just says wrestler.
Who's
the bestler?
Better than
all
all
the
the
wrestler.
100% my favorite. Like as a kid, I've always pretended to be, when I was a kid growing up, Macho Man Randy Savage. I fucking love the Macho King.
Give us some. Give us some.
Oh yeah, Macho King coming at ya. Yeah.
Fucking good.
Ooh, yeah, the cream of the crop, rising to the top. He's just enigmatic personality. Like he was just so good, over the top, man. That's
Great
what I loved
personality.
about wrestling. That's my favorite.
So that's your. Are you gonna do a past and a current or just a past?
I'm just doing past. That's my all time.
Okay.
Andrew, favorite wrestler.
Goes a little saying, boys. Break your back, make you humble.
Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik.
Good, yeah.
Hulk Hogan is a nobody. Iron Sheik, baby. This is the man. Sheiky, baby. Fuck yeah. And then if I got to go current, I'm fucking love me some Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is a fucking man.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Oh, break some glass.
Stone Cold, baby. When I was like 13, 14, he was the man.
You know what though?
Come 2 beers on the top ropes. Boom.
Zelly, have you ever stunned anybody in real life?
I've never physically stunned anyone.
Yeah.
There is a man in this room who did stun someone at a bar once.
It was pretty impressive.
The guy
I was really drunk. Don't think that I'm tough.
Stunned the guy on the dance floor. The guy was just shocked.
The guy was
what
gonna
the fuck just happened?
beat up Andrew, and Andrew
stunned him,
kicked him in the. You may have kicked him in the nuts, which is
Good.
why he bent over, and then hit him with a Stone Cold Stunner, and the guy stood straight up and just turned and left. And I was like, "Oh, he's gonna get people to murder us," and he did. He just
stunned right out of the bar.
He
He's
left.
fucking
He's like,
stunned.
"That's it." Dan, who's your favorite?
Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's a good
619.
I've
Okay.
always wanted one of those masks.
Dude's a straight up murderer.
Fucking amazing.
All right, back to case file
Hold
100.
on. We got that wrestling Madison Eagles. She's a professional wrestler in Australia.
She did, yeah.
And
gives
she
a shout
follows
out.
our podcast.
What?
And I'm like, where can I watch her stuff? And I also wanted to know if she's heel or babyface. So Madison Eagles.
I also want to know if you will suplex all of us. That'd be awesome.
What was her name? Madison.
I think it's Madison Eagles. If it's not, my apologies. I'm going straight from 3 beers memory. But we're huge wrestling fans, so I definitely want to. I think it's some
Madison Eagles.
Madison
At
Eagles, okay.
Seriously Eagles.
Yeah.
Thanks for the shout out. She
Cool.
gave us a little.
Yeah.
She's got way more followers than us, so that's always a bonus.
Oh.
All right,
what do we got for our
let's
next
keep
clip
moving
here?
on.
Before we get sidetracked with DuckTales.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Still got to keep it rolling.
Let me tell you something. If you guys start doing DuckTales, someone's getting a stunner in the fucking studio. All right.
As soon as Zell's on a piss break.
Remember, I'm not peeing. I'll pee.
He's a camel.
This is my studio. I'll pee on the floor.
I was wondering what that smell was.
All right, this is when Andrew famously got his wallet stolen by someone famous.
Fucking Giorgio.
This girl comes out and behind him. This guy that instantly looks familiar. I'm like,
Alien
oh,
Con
guy.
2018.
And he takes one step out. I'm like, Giorgio! Just fucking scream at him. He just comes out. He must have just finished speaking like on a panel or something. So he's like, he comes running out and I kind of walk up and she's like, she like straight gives me like the fucking cold, like the stiff arm. Like,
Oh, she
no
stiffed armed
pictures.
the shit out of you.
No pictures. Sorry,
Yeah.
we're not taking any pictures out here. Sorry, he has to go to his photo session. And I just like kind of like stepped around her. I was like, Giorgio, we have a podcast, Alien Theories Theorizing. We'd love a picture. He's like, sure, guys.
That's
No
not what
problem.
happened
Like,
at
I
all.
got time for pictures. He's like,
Zell
he
makes it
doesn't.
sound cool.
He doesn't have time.
She was furious.
She was rattled, but fuck her.
She was really trying to get him to go.
So good. That was fucking so rad. That's now when I tell all that story, it's like fucking Night of the Roxbury. I'm like, then he tipped his hat, and I was like, Emilio. But this way, it's fucking Giorgio.
Except he also did something else to us.
Yeah, fuck
when
him.
He took his
Forgot.
Turns out Giorgio is a kleptomaniac.
Giorgio the klepto.
Alleged klepto.
No, there's no alleged about it.
It has to be alleged.
It's the only way it happened.
Has to be alleged.
It's the only way it happened.
It's the only theory that makes the most sense.
Exactly. How else would it happen?
So Giorgio Tsoukalos stole Andrew's wallet.
Yeah.
He did not just drunkenly lose it somewhere.
No,
never.
And he didn't do it for the money.
It wasn't because he was
He did it for
sitting
the
funny
thrill.
in the chairs in the auditorium.
He did it for the thrill.
Yeah.
Giorgio doesn't need the money. He didn't need the $6.75 I had in there.
Now that we're talent and we get to go to AlienCon, I hope we get to run into him so I can tell him, be like, hey, we got this podcast. You took a picture with us, which was super cool, but we also accuse you of stealing
our
wallet as a running joke.
Pickpocketed us.
And he's like, oh, yes, accused. And he's like, slips. He's
going to take all your fucking wallets.
I was like, where the fuck's my watch?
All our wallets are gone.
I love the start where Zelly's like, he came out and I was like, yo, Giorgio. It was more like, shaking around.
I legit screamed Giorgio.
Yeah. Giorgio!
But it was more in the high pitch with my hands waving around.
Tipped his hat. Emilio!
No, that was good.
That was good shit.
I mean, and he was on his way to go make people pay $50 to take a picture with him, and he was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, boys!"
And
like,
we were not going to do that.
He's like, "Get in here!" So, hey, big cheers to Giorgio. Hope we see you at AlienCon.
See Giorgio at AlienCon. We get backstage passes.
Co-talent.
Yeah.
Buddy, you guys are on the same level as him
Yeah,
now.
we are.
Same level as Giorgio.
Same level as Giorgio. And Shatner.
I mean,
Totally.
Me and Giorgio are both on IMDb now, so it's kind of a big deal.
I am going to do
Hey, turns out I got a story about IMDb. I'm also on IMDb, so suck it.
That's true. It's true. Cheers, that Zell. Fucking peasants.
I worked the audio boom on an independent film, and I am on IMDb as
I was
sound engineer.
I was on a major motion
Well,
picture.
fuck, we don't need Andrew anymore.
I haven't seen this major motion picture.
We got
I think
star
you're lying.
power now.
I
I
hope the trailer comes out soon.
When's the release date supposed to be?
I hope the trailer comes out soon, so when I get my close up, you can see like the snot dripping from my nose. Like it's so cold, and it's just ridiculous close up of my face.
What's
so
your one line?
horrifying. Come on,
Are
breathe.
you okay?
Come on, breathe for me.
Come on.
There we go. Come on, breathe.
Come on, breathe.
And then
That's how you delivered the line.
And then I bring her back, like she comes back to life, and I like clear people. I'm like, and like roll her, and her parents are, and I'm like, it's okay, she's stable, even though she's not stable. She just came back from cardiac arrest. But
you just say that's what you say. She's stable.
yeah, I'm like, it's okay, she's stable for now. I
Watch
said
they
some shit
cut
like
the
that.
whole scene. They're just like, nah, just cut it. Didn't really need it.
Whatever. They can't cut that money from my bank account. Got it. I paid. When I did my taxes, I had to say, well, that's what this is for
I have some
acting.
additional income.
And the old lady that does my taxes, she's like, "Ooh, it's my first actor." I'm like, you want me to sign something?
Yeah.
Want me to sign it for you?
All right, another story from AlienCon. Good one when we got locked out of the fucking Airbnb.
Zelly
Going back
shit
to
on
my
the
story now.
wall.
So I get back to the place and the gate's locked, and we and Andrew are on the fucking first balcony. We can't get in. I'm like, man, I'm gonna shit myself. There's no other option. There's nowhere to go. There's fucking nowhere to go. The AM PM's too far. I don't know anything else around. So I was like, you know what? This is it. It's gonna have to happen. I fucking have to hop off the roof
Shit myself.
and pretty much copy that lady from Tim Hortons like about a month ago here. So we call it it's now a
Half Horton.
A half Horton.
You went half Hortons.
Went half Hortons.
He shit, but he didn't throw it.
Didn't throw
so
it.
it's a half Hortons. It's a half Horton.
So I just find this like back retaining wall in this garden, and I was like, this is it, man. Like I can't hold it anymore. I'm going to shit my pants.
Rip it, man.
So I fucking did it. And right when I finished, I hear Brain and Dan come walking back, like, Andrew, Zell, the fuck are you guys? Andrew's fucking up on the roof. I'm like behind the corner.
Shit.
I'm shaking, like trying to get everything out I can.
Like a dog.
Yeah,
trying
like
to get
fuck.
water.
Yeah, I had to do whatever you can.
Yeah, that was a great time.
Oh, dude.
We didn't tell that part of the story though, where me and Andrew finally got to the top level of the roof, and then
Oh
Andrew
my
almost got shot off the
man.
third level.
Fucking shot.
That was terrifying.
No, the most terrifying thing of that fucking whole night is when me and Dan came there. We saw Zelly fucking lurking out of the shadows. We're like, what the fuck was he doing? And Zelly, without fucking underwear on, had me boost him above him. And he hadn't wiped his ass. That's the most terrifying.
I used the underwear.
You
Yeah, that's good.
Everyone knows you didn't do a good job. Everyone knows.
I was
There
in a perfect squat, so when I shook, everything pretty much came out.
Why
that was
would you
good.
have me boost you? And it wasn't like I boosted your ass. I boosted your feet. So it's like you were wearing shorts.
I'm glad you
I
got
drank.
Stuff could fall out.
I drank probably 35 drinks in about 4 hours. That's why
We were so fucking drunk.
God,
we were so drunk that we probably just were putting. We probably just put in the code wrong every time.
Yeah.
We didn't even fucking
Dude.
sleep that night, did we? Because we had to be at the airport.
I think we on the way back, like me and Braden ran into these two guys and we just like we chatted these dudes up for the longest time. And it was just like we talked to these guys just about random shit for like I don't know, for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, because it was a while. We were there for a while trying to get in before you got back. And then I had
we
a
were
shit.
trying to break into that fucking place.
Yeah, because we had to go. We had to leave at 7 in the morning, and it was like 4:30 in the morning. And we're like, man, all our passports are in there. We have to get in, or we're not going to get home.
The best part is we all go in there. We're all like, boys, this was such a fun weekend. We never want it to end. And Dan's got a little projector. He's like, you guys want to watch a movie? And we all, like, Dan's on a double bed, and all four of us are like cuddled up on the double bed, and we're watching. I can't even remember watching Dragon Ball Z or something on the roof.
I have a picture of it.
Yeah,
hilarious.
We're all in our underwear, and we all fall asleep on one single double bed. I was like, yeah, a couple superstars.
That was good shit.
We're talent now.
Yeah, now we're talent.
Now we all can fall asleep together on a king bed.
Yeah. Yeah. I won't fall asleep with you boys on anything less than 1,000 thread count.
All right, I got a couple more clips. I didn't pull a lot from the episodes we've done recently because
they're recent.
They're too recent. So, but we got a couple requests for a couple stories here. So.
They were going to supply a large number of snakes to be placed outside the base. Noise provided by these snakes would simulate an actual firefight and presumably mislead the base into thinking it was being attacked.
Fucking stupid. Fucking Jeff.
You know why?
Come on, Jeff.
It's because the guy who fucking came up with that when they're sitting at the round table, he's like, what if we drop snakes and they all hiss? And then someone in the most sarcastic voice was like, bingo, thanks for that one, the fucking idiot.
Thanks for that, Jeff.
We'll call that
Great
Operation
idea.
Bingo.
Really.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
You go ahead and go get those snakes together, Jeff.
Round them up.
Fucking Jeff.
You gotta feel for you gotta feel for Jeff because you know Jeff kind of just like shyly put that out there to his buddies before he went into the fucking meeting.
Yeah.
And they were all like, yeah, that's a great fucking idea, buddy.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring that up.
Yeah.
Fucking Jeff.
I love it. Jeff.
Come on. Tired of all these motherfucking snakes on my motherfucking base.
I love that. It was like, yeah, how many snakes to be like, do you hear that?
A large amount
Do
of
you
snakes.
hear that? Is that gut?
In a box. Like
that's the goddamn demon.
It's a fucking neighbor coming to tell us that we got a small dick.
I seen him.
Dude, like so many snakes.
He just comes in and he whips his pants down. He's like, this is
Real
what a man
man
looks
looks
like. Then he just leaves.
It's funny. Yeah, some of the this is what
I
this
love
is maybe
that
the
snake story.
this next clip here is maybe the most requested Braden fuck up of all time.
Blimp UFO fuck, I'm stupid. Photograph. Photographed.
That's good shit.
What is going on?
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Okay, blimp UFO photographer. Now I forgot how to say the word. A Missouri witness at Warrento reported watching and photographing. Fuck.
Photograph.
And photographing a blimp like.
Okay.
But if you had graphing at the end, I say it differently. I say photography. No, how do I say it?
You don't know. That's the best part.
Photographing. Okay.
Oh, you know when you laugh so hard you get like a bubble in your chest that kind of hurts? That's what's going on to me over here.
Can we? I've thoroughly embarrassed myself on this one. Can we cut this out?
Fuck no.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
This is gold.
No. Gets no cutsies.
Photographing? No, it's photography.
Now you're just doing it on purpose.
Why do I keep saying?
Now you're doing it on
No,
purpose.
I'm not. Okay, I was legit. I'm good. Take two.
Okay.
Take two.
All right, take two. All right.
Take 45.
And blimp UFO photograph over Missouri.
Oh, it's good shit.
There's a point where like I didn't embellish it at all, and there's a little point. I don't know if it kept staying in the recording where I'm like, Shut the fuck up. Everyone shut the
up.
fuck up.
Shut up.
Let me do this. I can read it. I don't know why. I had like,
You
I
want to know
couldn't
why?
say it.
You want to know why? It's because you didn't do it in your pirate voice.
Photography. Photographing.
Mateys.
My normal Steve.
Fucking pirate voice.
I did. I do go into pirate voice in that one because I'm so nervous that I've messed up that reading so far that my brain just goes into like, I got to start making jokes to redeem myself.
Rated Dread Pirate. He's the best at the stories.
I am the best version of myself.
When you read in groups of 3, you're a pirate.
Photography.
Oh, that was just too good. Because you know what? I think before the episode, we're like, let's get really stoned before. And that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I
Don't
did
smoke
that
drugs.
episode. I
No,
don't
we
think
did.
I did that.
Specifically remember because you're like, before we started, we're like, you had the vape pen going.
Yeah.
Which you put it away though, and I kept smoking, but you put it away, but it was too late.
Yeah, I think
Times was lost.
One time is enough.
Time, my reading ability. Yeah.
That was good shit though. That was just too funny.
I was listening back to that. I'm like, even now, I'm like red in the face. I'm like, oh man, I like you can read that word. I know you can say it. I'm like at home every night.
You got this. You
Photographing.
got this.
You, come on, you idiot.
Don't fucking blow this for us.
You've heard it. You've said it a million
Don't
times.
blow this, Braden.
How could you do that?
Does anybody know that Braden used to teach English? Does anybody know that? Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah,
are
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I told
Okay,
I
cool.
told a teacher story on like I don't know if it was an after hours or something, and someone's like, first question, you were a teacher?
Yeah. Guy used to teach fucking
And
English.
two, they're like, we need some more stories, and I'll give you some. I got whole bunch of good teaching stories.
More
so.
good questions.
We got shit. Well, you know what?
Let's finish our clips first.
That's I got one more clip. It's just about Travis Walton. Let's just play it here. It's just
So let's go ahead and take everybody back to November 5th, 1975, when Travis Walton and 6 other members of his logging crew, which included Mike Rogers,
Dan,
Ken
you got
Peterson,
such a good voice.
John Goulet,
Yes.
Steve
Sexy.
Pierce, and Alan
Amazed
Gallus,
voice.
and Dwayne Smith.
Thoughts on the Travis Walton case. What do you think? Abducted or hoax?
Wait, what's the Travis Walton?
It was only 3 case files ago.
Which one is that?
You didn't let Dan play his whole thing.
That's Fire in the Sky one.
Fire in the
That's
Sky.
Fire in the Sky.
I learned all my information
Oh, it's
I need
bullshit.
about the case
Yeah,
file
you
from
lied.
Dan reading the intro.
Yeah, no,
And then I wing it from there.
That's like Jehovah's Witness guy, right? He's full of
Is he
shit.
the
Or
one
he's
that
a
got-
Mormon? He's a Mormon.
Is he the one that had
Was he
the
a Mormon?
sex with the sexy alien?
No, he woke.
Yeah, no, there was the
No, he
hot
didn't get that.
Swedish aliens.
He didn't get
That's
the
different.
boner job.
He woke up on the ship. He came 5 days later with 5 days
He's
growth.
full of shit. He's the guy that had the
with the buddies?
he had the fucking woodworking contract. He had that contract that he needed to get out of.
He didn't have the contract.
And then he like won the whip or tried to win the Ripley's Believe It or Not bullshit.
No, he didn't try.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah,
a claim
full
against
of
him.
shit.
They didn't win anything.
Fuck you, Travis Walton, you lying
Oh,
bitch.
you heard it from him, not from me.
Yeah.
I think
Bitch.
Travis Walton's seen some shit.
He seen it.
He's seen some shit.
I think so.
Dan, what do you think?
I think he saw
I
something.
think he saw something too.
Wait, is he the one with he was out with like his buddies and then his buddies just left him in the
How
woods?
do you not remember
Yeah.
this? It was like 3 case files ago.
Yeah, that one.
It's the movie, the one with the bad like 80s movie or 90s.
Yeah,
He got fucking like electrocuted by a blue
It's
beam.
not
Yeah,
a bad
no,
movie either.
Yeah. No, that's the one where they're like, oh, there's
Decent
something in the
movie.
woods, and he just is like, I'll check it out.
He's full of shit.
I'll check that out.
Yeah.
That's
He
cool.
had the most to gain from that situation.
Anyways, that was pretty much the newest one.
I think he's seen
Most of
some
those
stuff.
clips are from pre episode 60 or so.
You didn't see shit.
We'll do another recap again, but for now,
After another
There's-
200.
let's take some questions, or let's see who. Do we miss something that someone's like? What's your favorite? Do we miss something?
Dan, what's
Let
your
us
Some
know.
hold on, let's go
suggestions.
around.
Ask us
Dan,
some questions.
Dan, what's your favorite? What do you think your favorite?
We asked him when you were taking
we
a
did that when
piss.
you were pissing.
We
When
already-
you
yeah,
flashed
we
your
already
tiny
said
little
it.
peen outside.
I didn't flash it. I went.
Oh, really?
I went.
I tastefully revealed it.
It's just about Braden fucking up.
I don't. I was embarrassed. I knew he was looking at me.
But I don't count it as a fuck up. I think it just made things
Oh,
better.
100%.
Which one?
Mitra
Mitra
Drunk
Drunk.
is probably like the best.
Oh,
Let
dude.
me tell you,
You can't
something.
write that
Oh,
shit.
dude, when I say Friday twice in the same sentence, I'm like, it's Friday. And then when the next time I say Friday, I say it so like I cringe every time I hear it, like Mitra Friday.
Yeah, just here for Meat Drop Friday.
Like it's real white girl wasted, just like yeah.
Oh man,
The whitest of girls wasted.
This was when okay,
Nailed it.
because we're live. I'm gonna fill everyone in.
Okay.
Zelly's a force to be messing with, and Zelly likes to start on time.
Force to be messing with?
Yeah.
A
Is
force
that
to
a
be
Rickyism or what is that?
Forced to be
Messing
messing
with.
with.
What the fuck is that?
It's wrecking with shit.
A force to be messing with, man.
Yeah.
Messing with me. Uh,
And if you're late, when you're late and stuff, he's not mean. He doesn't say anything mean, but it's like
I've got time for bullshit.
Buddy,
he doesn't just do.
Zelly is extremely intimidating.
And I think it's more of I think
you
it's,
are so.
Yeah, it's more self, and you don't even do anything to like guilt me, but
that
it's
look.
more self-imposed guilt of like, well, we had this planned.
I don't got time for fucking,
That's it.
I don't
We
got
had
time for
this.
bullshit.
Hey, we had this planned. So I remember sitting at the meat draw, like it was one of my first ones. And people are like, all these like senior citizens are buying me drink. They're like, hey, Braden, like get up there and sing again.
Some of
right?
these pork chops, Braden.
Oh, I'll tell a good meat draw story after this. And I'm sitting there and I'm winning meat. I won the Meat Bonanza, which is a box that contains all the meat that's been on raffle. I won that. I'm like, yeah.
Bonanza.
So I'm slinging sausages, sausage links. And
Hey, you want some sausage?
yeah, you want some pork? You want a breakfast? Yeah, you want some anything. So I'm like, all of a sudden someone goes, hey, didn't you say you got to record a podcast? And I like look, and we were gonna record at like 7, and it's 6:50, and all of a sudden I'm like, holy shit, I'm so drunk.
Fucking hammered drunk.
So I grab my Meat Bonanza box, and I'm like 5 minutes from the Legion, so I'm like sprinting home. I legit lost meat, and I was like, fuck, I can't go back because Zell's gonna lose it. We've had this planned. So get there.
There's like a trail of meat alongside the road where Braden's
I'm like setting everything up, like plugging everything in. I'm like, okay, trying to focus. Like, you got this, and like, yes, I'm level 10 drunk that episode, but because I was so drunk, I also didn't have a good connection. I didn't plug my headphones in all the way to like my extender. It was only halfway in, so every now and then when I'd move, I couldn't hear you guys talking. And it was before we were doing any kind of video feed, so we were just listening to each other.
Yeah.
So I'm drunk. I already like to talk a lot as it is. So when I'm drunk and I'm hearing dead air, I'm going, oh shit, I gotta say something, right? So then I say something and I start talking. As I move, the connection to my headphones starts and I hear there's like a conversation. So then I stop and then I pick up. So it was that one was a rough one for me. But good meat draw story. There's a girl.
It turned out a classic tale.
There's this awesome lady. Her name's I'll say her name. Her name's Carol. And she sings in the meat draw. And Carol has 0 neck. She's like this, like all traps. She's just a little old lady. And the only song she sings is "Raise a Little Hell" by Trooper. Raise a little hell. And she doesn't sing it like that. I'll do a little impression. So she's got no neck, and she goes, if you don't like what you got, why don't you change it? And I fucking howl, and I'm screaming every time. And so when I come in there, she'll like see me, and she goes, I think I'm gonna raise a little hell tonight. And I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, you fucking are, Carol. So
yeah, Carol, get that hell, Carol.
Yeah, it's the best.
You living your best life, Carol.
It's the best version of Raise Little Hell you ever seen. I've got one last Legion before I leave the North. I'll try to get Carol to sing it, and I'll secretly film it for everyone.
Should live stream Carol singing.
It's honestly spectacular. It's the best version you've ever heard.
So that's pretty much all the clips I'd pulled. I could have pulled like
oh man,
hundreds.
One of my favorite moments. I don't know why. It's just It's a little humble brag to Andrew here. One of my favorite moments when we're talking about the Mothman. And we're looking at all the pictures, like, how the fuck did everyone think that looks like a fucking moth? And then the guy's like, it's Birdman, and then the guy's like, I look like a moth. And then you're like, it had the antennas. I don't know why you say that and what it is about that. But I can listen to that one. It makes me laugh every time. We're talking about this like guy and his wife. And he's like, look at it. He's like, it's not a fucking moth. Look, it's as big as a man.
Antennas.
Oh wait, 10-foot wingspan.
antennas.
He's describing it to the news, and then his wife jumps in. It looked like a moth.
That was one of the. I remember that podcast because I was fucking wasted.
Yeah.
We were in studio, and I was ribbing Scotty so bad he left.
He left.
He left.
That was the one that we were supposed to talk with Raven, pro wrestler Raven, but it got all fucked up. So we just did our own thing after and got hammered, and then you beat Mr. Conspiracy and got so angry.
Then he left.
I beat him, but that's just because it's part of the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
I love
It
the
is-
guy. He's a beauty.
He is now he's the villain.
I thought that's part of the job.
He's the heel.
There's been a paradigm shift since he's been off. That people are like, some people have met him in Australia and stuff, and then people are like, when's he coming back? Like, we miss him.
Come back, Mr. Conspiracy.
We miss him.
He's coming back next case file.
Next case
not
file.
next, but
No, yeah.
next
Well,
one we record because we have actually a few in the bank that are going to come out right away. But the next one we
gotta do
record
Boys on the
together.
Track.
Boys on the
Gotta
track.
do them boys on the track.
Oh, we got 100 more episodes ready to go.
What's some of the questions? Did you have?
Scroll up.
Let's scroll up. What we got for questions?
Let's see.
Questions about
Let's see.
Metallica. I want to see this.
I want to see the evidence that Brayden can read at an 11th grade level in grade 4.
I think it was like grade 5.
Whatever it is.
I'll get the records unsealed. I know my mom's watching. Mom,
Put it in the
call
request.
Sylvan Learning Center. Have the records unsealed. And if they're bad, redact them.
All right.
Oh, you know what else? I know you didn't want to pull it.
What?
But one of the best fucking moments of this entire podcast was fucking D&D. So if you're not part of Patreon, you need to be, because you need to listen to fucking Zelly's Fireball. That is one of the fucking greatest moments of my 31 years of being alive.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never been so mad, but so like it was so funny. It was so mad at you.
It was
legit
disappointing.
disappointing.
To give a little outline, Dan is an amazing dungeon master. We did a little round of Dungeons and Dragons. We get to this point in the story where Dan almost hands us the answer.
Fuck you. I worked hard for that.
Dan like pushed the story along, and then Andrew goes like, "Hey Zell, you speak that language," and Zell's like, "That's right." Fucking roll to translate or some shit. And so he learned, like, he knows what to do. He's like,
well,
the
because
hand
he's like,
signal.
these guys are buying into what you're saying.
Yeah,
they understand you.
And Dan's like, they have a special hand signal that you say, and you say all hail whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's all we have to say, and we pass these people.
I was giving it to you.
And
guys.
mind you,
Just
every
like
single
flashing these
every
intricate
single
hand
fight
signals
we've
that
been
you have
in,
knowledge of, you know.
every fight we've been into at this very moment, we fucking lost.
Yeah,
every single one.
Dan's
I
literally
died
had
once.
to step in as dungeon master with a non-playable character to save us. We're the worst heroes. And this point, I've listened back to that numerous times, and I don't think there's any better representation of like non-verbal disappointment on a podcast you can't see than that. You don't even hear a sigh. You just hear like dead air after you say it, and everyone's like,
"What the fuck?"
Yeah, everyone's like, "Well, I would have just done the fucking hand signal, but okay, let's do it."
I thought I hit that motherfucker with a quick fire bolt.
It's hilarious. So
then I
yeah.
rolled a 1, and then the room went dead.
Oh man, it was really bad.
We've been talking about doing more. We do want to do them. We're working on.
To be honest, we talk about it too much.
Yeah.
For only having 2 episodes of
Talk
Dungeons.
is cheap.
Talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap.
But it's fun, and you know what?
One day,
the more we can do the podcast, the more episodes we'll do.
We've been working on voices. We'll do some funny characters.
Yeah, I think I got mine dialed in. What other question we got?
What do we got here? Easy one. Who wins in a fight, El Nasty or Ron Pond?
Ron Pond.
Not
Ron
even a
Pond.
question.
Ron fucking Pond.
Ron Pond kills everything.
Yeah, he doesn't fight clean.
He doesn't.
He fights to win.
He fights to win, no matter what.
Yeah.
He fights to win.
Is there a ghost in the studio? Of course.
Yeah, I think we've determined that. We just heard the walls rattle in here. We're like, what the hell is that?
Are you going to do another Ouija session?
Yeah,
we
it's
are.
in the plans.
Andrew, you heard it live. Andrew will do another one at, was it Riverview?
Yeah,
Riverview
we're
Hospital.
hoping to get Dana
Look it up.
West.
Look it up.
Maybe at the end of
It's in
summer.
Coquitlam, British Columbia. It's a retired insane asylum.
We're opening the hell
Some
mouth.
parts of it are still. Yeah,
Yeah.
some of the parts are still active right now, and there's also a fucking ambulance station on the grounds. It's pretty fucking ghetto.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, we've got a lot of big plans coming up this summer. Alien Con's real kickoff. Where if you're coming to Alien Con, prepare yourself, because if you like this was zero plans to record this today. Alien Con, we're gonna do 2 plans, I think, before 2 planning sessions before.
2
plans,
Two
baby.
plans.
2 plans.
A
before we go.
lot riding on this live Alien Con
Yeah.
pod.
They better do it good because I want to go to fucking Texas.
Yeah, we're hoping
so bad.
we're hoping we can mess with Texas in October. Texas Alien
I'm
Con.
just hoping everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
Give me a couple inches.
They have different rulers in Texas.
I hope so. Whatever it is,
So-
I hope it's
Oh,
right.
Zelly with the
So-
hold on, we're gonna have to use that in the next clip show of Zelly's best quip.
Fucking scorched earth.
They have different. there's
I hope
different
so.
rulers.
There's a different fucking measurement system down there.
Fucking right.
Oh, that was spectacular.
Boom,
That was-
roasted.
Yeah. Wow. Well done. Pull your tooth out. Fucking drop it.
Look it out.
Zing.
Do we have a couple more questions?
Not really. We didn't really put out.
Got one.
Somebody asked the question if Megadeth. Who's
You said
better,
Megadeth or Metallica. Someone asked you.
Shouldn't even be a question.
You're going with Metallica 100%. I think.
That's right. There's a reason why one of them was removed from Metallica because he wasn't good enough. I firmly believe that. I like Megadeth. Don't get me wrong. Newsted's a fucking badass, but
I've only seen Megadeth live. I have not seen Metallica. So
what?
I never seen Metallica live.
But let me be clear. When I talk about Metallica, I'm talking everything Metallica, like fucking before the Black Album.
Okay.
When I speak of Metallica, it's everything before the Black Album.
early Metallica.
Early Metallica.
Right. I don't know. The podcast has been a fucking riot so far.
It's been a blast.
I love it more and more the more we do it. So it's not going away anytime soon.
We get to
Unless
put it, like, the more stuff we get to put into it, like it gives back. It's solid. So
unless something happens, like people are getting pulled off Facebook, YouTube, and others for talking about conspiracies. So until that happens, we're going to keep going.
Or you guys start hating it.
Well,
but we'll still probably do it.
Yeah, here's
we'll still do it.
The thing that's the nicest part of it is it really started as a way for all of us to keep in contact with each other.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're all living very different lives. We started this at a point where we started this at the point in our lives where we're all splitting up. We're all going our separate ways, essentially, right? Mm-hmm. And I look at like my other friend groups I have at the same time, and like I don't talk. Not that I don't want to talk to those people, but
never do.
I just never do because everyone's busy. So it's always been nice. I don't see us stopping, even if people like if this went back to 0 listens. I think we would probably just do it a little less frequently. But we would still probably do it because it's fun. It's enjoyable.
Fun as hell. I love doing the that behind the scenes stuff just as much as the podcast.
Yeah,
it's just gonna continue getting better and better as soon as I get a better computer. Because right now my computer,
even if we didn't do this, we could just all do D&D.
I was
fucking right. I want to do it again so bad.
Yeah,
I can't believe I waited that long to play D&D because I love it.
We will. We're
so much fun.
Mark my words. Don't give me a timeline, but we will do it again. It's coming.
Can't wait. I'm gonna use my Bernard the Beaver voice.
But honestly, it's been so nice having so many people listen and so many people support us. That was never even in my radar. I thought just my mom would be listening, and she is. Hey, Mom.
And she is.
And I am in town, and I didn't tell you guys, and I'll be coming to visit soon.
And he loves you.
And I love you.
He loves you.
I'll be there later today to pop in for my yearly son visit.
Nice.
But we never thought anyone would really like. I didn't imagine it would ever get this big, and I'm always kind of like, I was telling Zell yesterday, I'm like, I wonder how big this is going to be in December and how big it's going to be like next year. It's always like I'm always assumed that we've hit hit the ceiling,
hit the wall. Yeah,
we peaked. Yeah. We peaked,
and we
time.
There's always growth. So I'm like, this is wild.
Like, how far can it go? Because I know like some other like the big conspiracy podcasts get quite a few numbers. So if we got half of some of the big ones, that'd be sweet.
Well, we're going to be doing more live streams coming up too. So there's going to be it's going to be new exciting stuff too, right?
Let me tell you something, Joe Rogan.
Let me tell you something, Joe.
We're coming
Let's
after
do
the
it.
live stream.
You, Joey Diaz. Let me tell you something, Joe Rogan.
Let's do a camera 2 switch really quick. 3, 2, 1, camera 2. There you go. Let's go back to camera 1. 2? There we go. Look at that production value. Wow.
Camera 2.
Camera 2.
Camera 1.
Dan only.
Hey, Zordon.
Get him off the screen. Get him off the screen.
Delete
Podcast just got 100% better.
Oh, Dan rules.
No, it's been it's
been a fucking hell of a ride. It's been so fun.
Alien Con is going to mark the start of our live show journey. That's going to be the send off for us.
It's just the tip.
Just tips.
Just the tip.
We're going
Which
to.
for us isn't very much.
We're going to be doing more live shows.
much.
Not like this. This was more of a fan service of. We just wanted to listen back. We didn't want to make a big deal of 100.
Yeah, it's just something to do. Something to give back a little. Everyone.
This isn't a big deal. This is huge.
It's huge that we hit 100.
It's huge that we It's huge that we made it to 100.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
But
I'm still can't believe people listen to this fucking shit.
People think we're and they like us.
And girls listen.
Yeah, I remember we joked a lot at the beginning that we had no female fans.
There was
we
no
have
female
we
listeners.
We have a ton of female fans.
It's probably 40%.
40%. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's awesome.
42% probably.
Yeah, because we had a goal on Patreon. If we had 300 supporters, we were going to start doing live stuff. And we always said we keep the show ad free because we fucking hate if you're a conspiracy podcast, you talk about how corrupt corporations are, and then you take their money.
Yeah. The corporations are all billion. Now let's take a break for stamps.com.
ZipRecruiter. These aren't all going to be recorded.
Want your website to look great? Squarespace.
We're going live. Every single one.
Every podcast?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, fuck.
Every fucking podcast.
I used to only hear ads for like
podcast
little
now.
indie companies, and now I hear ads for like Lowe's hardware and like crazy.
Fucking everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody's buying in.
Except on Alien Theorist Theorizing. So if you support our hate for the corporate ad machine.
Yeah, we're 100%
Fuck the man.
fan driven.
Fuck the man.
You know, when you support
Andrew's
us,
100% fuck the man.
Yeah.
Fuck the man.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard that from him.
I don't know. What else we got? Let's wrap. We're at like an hour and fuck. I don't even know.
Yeah, we're
40 minutes.
about the time where we said we were gonna do a tilt, but it's honestly so fun. It's so fun to listen to this stuff back then. Some of it's a little embarrassing.
Some of it is.
It's not even the worst stuff.
We have to talk about this. So, for the first 100 episodes, prolapsers has been what we
The
call
preferred nomenclature.
Not of our own doing, of people listening, and they came up with it,
Yeah.
and it just snowballed when we had no listeners.
No, I'm pretty sure
Now-
somebody said like, "Hey, we should call our listeners prolapsers." Like, yeah, it's a good idea, and it definitely wasn't me.
It's probably me. It's a bad idea.
This is not a thing. We should not let this grow.
We didn't have any listeners then, so we didn't really care, and now
We can't announce it. Why we can't use it, or why we potentially can't use it anymore.
we potentially cannot use prolapsers as our name for our followers anymore.
Yeah. This is news. We'll tell you after. We can't really.
It's not because of Dr. Drew, is it?
No.
No, because they have a shirt that says prolapsers from your mom's house.
What?
Yeah, those motherfuckers. I was going to tell you guys about that.
Really?
Dr. Drew's on the same. He works under. Have you heard Your Mom's House with Tom Segura?
No.
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Ah.
It's fucking great.
Well,
You
if
should
someone
listen
else,
to it, but they stole it from
maybe
us.
that's another reason we can't use it.
But yeah, we can't announce it yet. 'Cause something's still in the works, but we've got to change it.
We're gonna have to change the name. So
that fucking sucks.
If you listen to the first 100 episodes and you've been a prolapser of the week, or you've referred yourself as a prolapser, you are now considered for life an OG prolapser. But if you start listening to the show after 100, there will be a new name, which we will be taking suggestions for.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We've had a couple theorites.
It's got to be something funny.
Yeah, we'll think of something.
We have a couple ideas. We'll put on our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can yell at us for changing it, but it's probably going to happen.
I want to shut this off so I can yell at it.
No,
Bullshit.
it's a good reason. And when you hear, we can't. It's stuff's still in the works.
You know what? You know the reason.
Yeah.
Deep down.
You deep down, you know the reason.
You know the reason.
You know the
You
reason.
or I do?
No, they
Everyone
do.
does.
Everyone does.
Everyone really knows the
Because it
reason.
sucks to prolapse. I get it. But it happens, man.
Anyways,
Pink socks are a real thing.
You're all the OG prolapsers. You guys supported the show from the ground up. You were the grassroots listeners of the show. So,
if you've liked this, watching us grow from zero to doing this in a sweaty garage to how we do it now, you're gonna like the next 100 because we're only gonna do more.
Things are getting better. Camera 2
are getting better.
Things are getting better. Camera 1. Boom. See?
Dan only.
Multiple cameras and Dan on his own.
Yeah, Dano.
What's up, Dan?
We hope for a time where we can do this, where we have Dan. We can go Dan camera 3, and he's
in
with
studio,
us.
Dan.
In
That would
studio.
be. We need about 10 times more supporters for that.
Yeah.
But until then,
But anyways, guys, let's wrap this one up. Thanks for tuning in to our first live stream. Thanks for sticking around with us through 100 case files. And you can find us on all social media. Message us. When you message us, you're always getting one of us. You're never getting some rando that you don't know. If you're talking to us, you're talking to one of us.
Hell yeah.
We're going to always try to keep it that way. We're always going to keep the show ad-free. And we're going to just, keep moving the show where you guys push us. So thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Stan. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you, Zell. Thank you, Braden. That's me.
That's
Little
Braden.
humble brag. No big deal.
We'll see you at Alien Con if you're going. If not, somewhere else.
And
hopefully.
as we always say at the end of these things, keep those eyes on the skies.
This one.
It's been a long, long road with many winding turns that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But we're strong enough to carry him. He's fucking heavy. He's Mr. Conspiracy.
Fuck Mr. Conspiracy.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's end her off. Sweet.
That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable. The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car from yours after you finalize your offer. Visit Carvana.com or download the app and sell your car from your comfy place.